Okay, today we're going to show you a nice Brown and Sharpe universal cylindrical grinder. This is a model number 2. You have a double wheel on here, so you could grind from either end of the spindle. Your wheel head slide rotates and swivels in a lot of different directions so that you could use this wheel and dress it on an angle to grind as a 30-degree infeed. You've got a swing down ID attachment. You've got a live and dead headstock, so you can turn between centers or put a chuck or a faceplate on here. You've got your table adjustment and all the controls for the machine. This is currently wired for 220 volts, so I'm going to go ahead and start it up. First you start your hydraulic pump, and you start up your spindle. When I move that hand wheel off of the stop, it automatically starts to run, provided I have it set up here on the hand wheel mode. So you can control your table speed from here. And speed it up or slow it down. Work head is controlled here. Speed it up and slow it down. Your automatic infeed starts when you engage this clutch. You'll hear the relay pull in the cabinet, and now each time we reverse, we'll feed. Provided you have the feed turned on for the left side or the right side. You can turn the feed on or off on either side, or have feed on both sides of your part. So each time this reverses, we feed here. The amount that it feeds is adjustable over here with this dial here. These are your sliding stops. See how easily they can be moved. You want to stop the infeed, you shut that off. You can back your hand wheel up, and you also have a plunge cut mode. Once I select plunge cut over here, it's going to cut out my table, so when I start my feed, I'm going to have a continuous plunge feed. This will feed all the way around to the solid stop. Now it's at the solid stop. That's one full revolution. You could put pins in the back here so that you don't have to quite back it up the entire distance. So headstock is live or dead. You have a little lever here that you flip down to disengage the actual spindle from this drive plate. When you want to use the spindle live, you have to disengage the lock for the spindle. The spindle has a hole in it, and on the top here there's a pin that drops down into that hole, so you've got to make sure you have that disengaged. And then you turn the whole spindle. You want to shut that off. Now, if you don't want to control it with the hand wheel, you can control it with the main lever, which is this guy here. This starts your table and your headstock. These machines have a fine and a coarse ratio for the hand wheel when you're using the hand wheel to move the table around. It's going to shut the wheels off. Now the ID spindle gets swung down, belt put on, and you can adjust over here from external to internal so that when you turn the hand wheel, rather than the slide moving forward, the slide actually moves backwards while still turning this in the same direction. That's unique to Brown and Sharpe. So you've got an external setting here for OD grinding, and you have an internal setting for ID grinding. This lifts back up out of the way, latches in under there. So the whole slide, if you come closer with the camera, maybe over here, the whole slide moves. Once you loosen up the bolt on the bottom here and on the other side, you can swivel this to 30 degrees and have a 60-degree, a 30-degree angle head grinder. Your slide is moving in at a 30-degree angle. You can also move this slide up here for a adjustment for just a slight angle or for whatever reason why you want to move it. This whole upper portion will also swivel around. It also has an eccentric middle plate where you can bring your slide, your wheel head, the actual wheel head, not the slide, but the actual wheel head, very close to your center if you're doing very small work piece, or very far back if you're doing larger work pieces. Over here you see the stop pin. When you want to lock your spindle, you have to rotate it until this can drop down into the hole. When you're not using it and you want to rotate the spindle, you have to pick this up and rotate it until you feel it drop into its little, it's got two little spots where it can be parked. When you bring it here and put this red line with this red dot, you rotate your spindle until this drops down, and that's going to lock it. So you lock your spindle, and then you just use your outer drive plate for driving between centers. Here you have your oiler. You put a good quality spindle oil in there, and you have a little dripper here. You check this with your light. This actually works very nicely. It's a good one. It was made a long time ago, and I think it's really cool. All your hydraulics are set up inside of here. This is your coolant tank over here. You can either have it back here or on the side of the machine. Your hydraulic unit is underneath there. It slides out to service it. We've done a lot of service on this machine. We've taken it apart all the way down to the slide on both tables. We've removed all the metering units and gone through the entire lubrication system so that all these ways and all these swivel points are getting oil, fresh, clean oil. Everything has been adjusted and gone through. This machine is ready to go out there and start making parts. Again, this is the Brown & Sharpe #2 Universal Cylindrical Grinder. Thank you very much.